Some bit of buying coming back in commodities today. The US dollar is on the weaker side. The US manufacturing numbers on Friday were positive, and that in turn has given some support to commodities. The volumes are less because the US markets would be shut in the evening today, so you're not looking at too much of a movement, but a steady day in most of those commodities. Crude prices, of course, after that 4% gain in the last week have continued positive. Gold prices last week actually declined. We're trading at a 6 weeks low. We did see a low of 1478 onto that one, but trading at 1494 there. And silver also just about holding $34 an ounce in the international markets. Let's get in our guest as well, and Anurag Kataria, Vice President Alternative Assets ITI, now joins us in our Mumbai studios to talk about strategies in all of those commodities. Anurag, hi, welcome to the show. Let's start with gold first, and after last week's decline, Asia, Europe today have been trading in the positive. Would you want to buy at these current levels?
We would not prefer, Manisha, as far as gold is concerned, even including silver, we would not be on a long side because we think this might be a corrective pullback sort of a rally. And this kind of rally, I think we should take an advantage to sell on a higher level. We are looking for gold of around $14.94 to $14.96 to be a good level to sell with a stop loss of 15.10 or 15.5 for a positive target of around 14.80 to 14.74. This seems to be a strategy for this entire week, we believe, as far as gold is concerned.
Anurag, the festive season, the wedding season would soon start in Indian markets. Would you tell people who want to buy gold to wait for slightly more? Do you see prices going below 21,000?
Yeah, that seems to be a possibility, Manisha, but we think that holding on a bottom for a retail investor would be very difficult task given the kind of volatility. I think 21,500 or 600 should be a good level to start, accumulating gold, and any range between 21,000 to 21,500 should be good for the wedding season as well as till December as far as investment season is concerned.
Anurag, how about the crude prices? Because last week was good and today it's holding steady. Are you a buyer at these levels?
We are a buyer at these levels, but more or less we have taken a technical call because it's holding on to a support of around $94, and we feel this kind of movement can fetch up to $96.80 or $96.70. So given that kind of scenario, we would be a cautious buy on crude, not an aggressive buyer, but yes, definitely with the momentum buy, we would hold on to long positions.
Anurag, there are lots of news stories coming in for sugar. One, of course, the Brazil output. Now, apart from that, you also have the sugar decontrol news, which is doing the Indian markets. In that sense, how are you trading sugar?
Yeah, absolutely. These are the two fundamental news which are coming in, but given the kind of production scenario, I don't think Brazil news is going to have much of the impact, although it might have a short-term impact, but still we are looking at decontrolling of the sugar sector as such, and we are looking at the export figure as well. So given the condition, we feel 2,900 should be a level till August to be achieved by sugar, and we would still like to buy on these levels as far as sugar is concerned for a target of 2780, 2790 for July contract.
And finally, Guar, which has been really running up, making contract highs for last 3 or 4 sessions. Do you still buy at these current levels? Are you looking at further steam?
We are still looking at a further steam because the kind of gap opening we have been seeing in Guar side, and it has been supported by a lack of rains in Rajasthan part. So we still feel there should be a momentum which is pretty strong on the long side for Guar seed would be continued, and we are looking at a level of around 3880, 3890.